Would you rather DoorDash for your Porsche payment, which is probably going to be like $1,500 at least, or would you rather have a car that's a beater that maybe teenagers laugh at you when you pull up, but you don't have a payment? And here's the thing about both of those, they will both be in the shop at some point in the next year or two. So which one would you rather have? We're gonna find out by the end of this video.
I just got a brand new Jeep Wagoneer. It has literally less than 3,000 miles. I think it has 2,700 miles on it, and it's already in the shop. I went on a road trip to Houston. That's 3 hours away. Not that crazy. And while we were on the way back, the check engine light came on. And then I took it in. There's something wrong with the brakes too, and there's a bunch of recalls on it. So I got a loaner car. It's a Wagoneer, the electric one, the Wagoneer S. Love the red leather interior, and it's fully loaded, all the bells and whistles, has 2,600 miles on it, and the check electrical light just came on. So now I have to return my brand new loaner car. I've had it for less than 24 hours to the Jeep dealership, and they still don't know what's wrong with my car.
This is my 2-year review.
So your new car that doesn't even have 3,000 miles on it is now breaking down. So what does that tell us? That tells us just because the car is new doesn't mean it's a quality car. And I mean, you got to do that research before you go and buy a car to see which cars don't break down after 3,000 miles. Because that's kind of a slap in the face. And I did always think it was funny how dealerships also have mechanic shops in them. Because I'm like, if you think about it, it's all a business. If I sell you a car that's gonna break down in 3,000 miles, then you have to bring that car back to me for me to fix it and give you a loaner that also is breaking down. Well, the check engine light's on. But you bring it to me and I fix it for $1,000 while you still pay the payment. And for the dealership, the money's already in their pocket. They're not even worried about the payment, but you still have to pay the payment. And then you got to pay $1,000 to get whatever fixed. And then they're probably going to tell you, hey, something else is wrong as well. And then what they're going to say when you say, I can't afford this. I can't afford this. They're going to say, well, you know what? Let's buy a new car. Buy a new car. How about that? And then you're back in the same position a year later. Let's listen to this guy.
They still don't know what's wrong with my car.
This is my 2-year review of my $70,000 mistake here, purchasing this vehicle in 2023, just because I needed a vehicle, and then walking in and letting them play with the numbers for me. Since the 2-year warranty is up, I started doing all the maintenance myself.
I don't think a lot of people get into car payments because they just like want to do that. I think a lot of people are in his position and they need a car, and it's actually a lot easier. You pay less money up front when you get into car payments than you would if you just go buy a car cash. Like you could get into a car for like $2,000 if you have decent credit, $2,000 to like $5,000. Sometimes no money down. Whereas to buy a decent car, you're gonna need at least $7,000 to $10,000 to just put down right there. So he probably didn't have that type of money. And he's like, well, I could get into this, new Ford Explorer for, I don't know, probably $5,000 down. And it's a nice, to him, it's probably a nice car.
So one thing I noticed right off the bat was that my cabin air filter was filthy. So they hadn't changed it in the 2 years we've had it. This right here is already starting to change the color. It's making me angry. Several pieces of chip paint within the first 5,000 miles. And I brought it up, and they told me that the paint was not under warranty. They also told me by Ford specs they were allowed to have these all over the car.
Tell me what you got.
The Kia has about.
Yeah, so I'm like, bro, how did you? So I'm really like frustrated with this guy because he got by the classic line of let's play around with some numbers. He came in, he was in need, he was desperate. They said, he knew that he really didn't want to buy a car. How do I know that? Because he said in the beginning, hey, when I went to the dealership, they said, hey, let's just play around with the numbers. That's how I know. He said, I'm not really, I'm just here to look. I'm not really looking to buy. They're like, well, let's just look at some numbers. And then I bet it was a really low down payment. He's like, you know what? I need a car. So he got into it. And it was a mistake because for the maintenance that they were supposed to do, they couldn't even change the air filter. That's like one of the easiest things to do on a car. Like if you ever want to impress a girl and think that you make her think that you know what you're doing in a car, just look up on YouTube how to change the air filter. It's easy.
47,000 miles on it right now. Bought it for around 39,000, 12,000 to roll over actually. And then I added warranty to the car too, so
Just a mere 12,000, right? Rolling over into
I know it's crazy. I know. I added warranty and the outdoor, it almost ended up being like 60K.
Nothing's more unoriginal than that sign behind him, the humble hustle sign. Nothing is more unoriginal than that. I'm just gonna point that out right now.
But my mom,
I'm sorry if you have that sign, but I'm just saying. I know it doesn't have much to do. I'm just saying.
was able to co-sign for me with like 15% interest. So I pay like $1,300 a month. I just can't afford the car anymore. I broke over my man and I need something cheaper and I saw
I like how she tried to slide through like, I broke over my man. You what? You don't have the money now? Huh. But $1,300 a month is a lot. That's a lot. That's rent in some places. Where I'm from, that's rent. That's a nice place. $1,300. That's a decent place.
the 2018 Toyota Highlander. And I mean, since our last conversation, I've been seeing you on TikTok and I learned so much from you. And I really just wanted to call again to see if we could work together because, yeah, I need to find something cheaper.
Yeah, so she got the Telluride. $1,300 a month, basically rent. I hope you're living in the Telluride for that much. Her and her boyfriend broke up, so now all of a sudden she doesn't have the money to pay for the Telluride, and it's a Telluride. It's a Kia. And here's another Telluride. Let's see what he has to say.
It's crazy seeing these cars come in on trade-in like that Bronco and this Kia Telluride. That a couple years ago people were paying $10,000-$15,000 over a sticker for these, and now it's just another beat-up used car. After a heavy detail, this car will be on our lot for like low to mid 20 grand range. You could come in 0 down and buy this car for like $400 a month, and it's a 2020 with 65K on it, so it's really not even that old.
Imagine what the person who bought it first had to pay. Then they bring it back or they trade it in or whatever they did here. And then the next person can come in and buy it for 0 down, $400 a month after just one person owns it. I remember a couple years ago at my cousin's wedding, somebody he had a wedding in Arizona and somebody pulled up in a Telluride that they rented and everyone was like, "Oh my God, they act like it was the best vehicle ever." You would have thought it was like a Rolls Royce Cullinan, the way they were acting. Like, my uncle was like, "Oh, I need to get me a Telluride. I'm gonna look at one of those when we get back home." That you would have thought it was a Ferrari. I was like, "What? It looks like a van with doors." It doesn't. And the whoever drove it was like, "Yeah, it's awesome. It's great." Now look, this was around that time. Now those same people who bought that, I hope no one there bought it. Because apparently they suck. No one wants to keep it.
Of a car. I mean, people were literally on a wait list for 6 months waiting for them cars just to pay 10 grand over sticker for.
We had a
Marketing points to Kia though. When you have people on a waiting list for a car that's like a new invented car, that's good marketing. Because it sucked. But you got them to buy it. You got their money, and you probably fucked their credit up.
young kid that loved the car, bought it, drove home to another state, called us the next day and had buyer's remorse. And in the car business, you buy a car, you drive it away, deal's done. So I'm going to call him.
Deal's done. Yeah, that's basically, that's the nice deal. That's the nice, car salesman way of saying, you're fucked.
figure this thing out. You've been talking to everybody and their dad's called in. I figured I'd take a turn and work something out, man. I don't want you to feel like we're not taking care of you, but I also want to make sure that we're being treated fairly. I don't think you need to be in a bad spot. I don't think we need to be in a bad spot. Did you just like, oh crap, I shouldn't have bought an electric car?
The car is great. I love the car. There's nothing wrong with it except for the charging. It's a deal breaker for me, honestly. I don't have my own home. I live in an apartment, so there's no way to charge at my house. My parents don't want to put one because they don't have any electric vehicles, and then I don't want to stop every hour and a half and charge my car for 30 minutes when I could just fill it up in 10 and get triple the rate.
The most annoying thing.
Yeah, so that's the biggest problem with electric cars. I actually had to rent an electric car for a little bit. And like, it was cool. It was actually kind of fun to drive. Something about the way it just picks up. It's nice. It's fun. It's smooth. It's quiet. It feels technological. There's a lot of fucking bugs in here right now. There's a lot of bugs in here right now, and it's bugging me. But I don't know what to do about it because I need the light. Anyways, I had to rent an electric vehicle once, and it was really cool. It felt futuristic. It felt like I was like driving like a hovercraft or something, and everything about it was cool. Like this guy said, it was. But then yeah, I had to bring it to Hy-Vee and charge it overnight because I didn't have a charger at my house, and that was the only free charger. You can bring it to Hy-Vee and it was free. There were other chargers that cost money. There was like a fast charger, but at Hy-Vee it took all night to charge. Had to charge the entire night. Like it took hours to charge. So I after driving it, I came to the conclusion that first of all, the only reason it would ever be smart to get an electric vehicle is if you have a plug-in at your house to plug it into overnight. And then also, don't plan on going on any road trips with it. Just it needs to be an in-town car. Then it's a cool car. It's probably a great car. But if you have to do any type of driving a lot, I have to drive a lot for my work. I'm not just, go to work. Like I drive around for my work. So, I couldn't do it. I was like, yeah, this is not sustainable. I had to like have my girlfriend fucking come pick me up from Hy-Vee and just leave the car there overnight. It was a nightmare. It was a nightmare.
The thing about having an electric car isn't actually charging the car. It's the fact that even if you charge the car all the way, you're only gonna have like half as much mileage range as you would in a normal car.
Yeah, no, exactly. There's two big things. Like I said, the only reason you would need it is if you have a charger at your house and you're not gonna go far with it, because those are the two things that suck about it. Those are the two top things. It's like it runs out of battery fast. Even if you try to, like in the car, you can like, if you're like going down a hill, sometimes it'll show you that it's like generating electricity. So you like try to play this game of like generating electricity, but it doesn't work. It's just a tease. It's fake.